Hello everyone, welcome to another short video. In this video, we are going to look at more about security policies. So in last video, we created a security policy. Now let's look at other properties of that security policy. If we move this bar to the right hand side, we see more information about the security policy, like information about rule uses, how many times this rule has been hit till now. When was the last hit? When was the first hit? How many apps have been seen on the rule? And how many days with no new apps on the rule? When the rule was last modified? When the rule was created? So this all information is also present about the policies. And yeah, if you click on this app scene, it will show you on this rule which app has been seen. DNS space has been seen, which is again the part of the DNS application which I have allowed in the rule. Now, other than that, let's look at suppose someone comes to you and says, okay, I have a traffic with source this, destination this, port this, or application this. Can you let me know if your firewall is going to allow that traffic or drop that traffic? So in order to know about that, you can use the uh, test policy match option. It's if I click on here, there is an option test policy match. On your window, it might be listed in there because I have zoomed in. That's why it's shown in there. So let's do a security policy match from zone. What zone my traffic will come? LAN zone. It will go to WAN zone. What is the source IP address? That's the source IP address. What's the destination? It's 8.8.8. Let me select the traffic as ICMP traffic. Yes. And what's the application? So in my case, I want to see if my ping will be allowed or not by the firewall. Select the ping. And then if you go down, you can execute the query. Let's execute it. So on my security rules, this rule will hit for the ping traffic going towards Google DNS, and you can see the rule information once you click here. So that's how you can test your policy match without even creating a policy for it. And if someone asks you, okay, now let's look at override and revert option. So these two options are for the default rules. So if you see, if I click on intrazone rule, I cannot do anything. It's all read only. But if I would like to override this stuff, select the rule and the override button will become active. Click on the override and you see then you can change some things about the rule, like what are the tags applied to it. If you want to apply a tag, you can. And then under which tag you would like to group this, and what would you like to provide as an audit comment. And in terms of actions, you can change the actions as well. Allow, drop, would you like to set a log, would you like to forward the log to somewhere, would you like to apply the profiles in there. So all these things you can modify if you click on the override option. Let's check its option to drop. So this is the intrazone default. I have changed this action to drop from allow. Okay, so now you can see, yeah, intrazone default, its icon has changed here to the overridden one. And yeah, you can see the action has changed. Now suppose I have this rule. Now I would like to revert it. Okay, I would like it to be as it was. So select the rule again and click the revert button. And your rule will be reverted. You can see it will now be again going back to being a allow rule as it was. Now let's have a look at the what does this PDF and CSV option do. Let's click on it. You can see it will help us to export our policies in CSV or in PDF. I want in PDF. Page size, you can select your page size. I'm going to take A4 page size. Any description you want to give, then fine. No, that's fine. I'm going to hit export, and this is going to download a PDF. You can see I have just opened the PDF. Let me just close this. Yeah, you can see policy, security rule based configuration report, none, file criteria, firewall. And then there you go. These are all the policy stuff exported in a PDF format, with all the details. So if your SOC team wants, okay, give us all the policies, you don't need to, you know, give them screenshots or anything. You can just click that button, export the report of all the rules, and provide to your SOC team. And another thing is, suppose you have these, there are many rules, some of them are used, some of them are unused. You can see, these rules have zero hit count, so these are not in use. So if you really want, like as of now, all the rule looks, that like the similar one. If you would like to highlight the rules which have no hits on them, suppose you want to perform a cleanup by the end of the year or maybe mid of the year, or it's maybe half-yearly activity for you, to clean up the firewall rules in order to keep your rule base tidy. You just check this box, highlight unused rules, and you can see if the both of the rules are highlighted in a different visual representation in the rule base. So I know, okay, these two rules have no hits on them. I can uncheck it and the highlight will go. Another thing is, as you can see, some rules have some hit counts. Like suppose, this rule has this hit count, this rule has these many hit counts. So if at times you might want to clear these hit counts to see, if this rule gets any new hits at the time, or is it really in use or not, without even disabling it and causing an impact. So you select the rule and then just click on where was the option? Reset rule hit counter. So there are options, all rules. So selected rule, I just want to do it for the selected rule. That's my rule number 4. So just click on selected rules and you would see now the hit count on this rule will be 0. Yep. And suppose if I want to do for the all rules, then here we go. Let me go to the hit count so you guys can see hit count. Yep. And I see all rules. All rules. You see, all rules now have a hit count as 0. Also, these two dates have also gone because there is no first date and no last date. These dates stay modified and created. And yes, uh, days with no new apps, that's fine. They stay as it is. Now, uh, on this, or while we are talking about security policy, I would also like to talk about these locks. You see on the lock, right now I have a lock that's known as commit lock. So commit lock, what it does is, if I have the commit lock, no one else can perform a commit on the firewall if until unless I perform the commit or someone with the admin access comes and releases my lock. And I can also release my lock. Select here and just click remove lock and the lock is removed. Now anyone can perform the commit on the firewall. So there are two kinds of lock. Click on take lock and there are two locks, commit and config. So if I take the config lock, no one other than me can edit the stuff on the firewall. And if I also take the commit lock, then no one else can take the no one else can commit the config. And once I commit here, then these locks will automatically disappear. you know these locks go away after I commit my configuration. So that's it about this video. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.